Ciao comrades and hola compañeros! Thanks for tuning in. Today we are checking all the latest submissions from the ReiHEN Vita Homebrew Contest. Let's get cracking! First and foremost, yes, ReiHEN Vita Homebrew Contest is still going on. It ends at October 7th, so in 13 days. Prize pool as of right now is almost 2,200 American dollars. All this money are gonna be split in between 3 categories. So far we have received very nice submissions like Cut Quest, Mad Bullets, Assassin's Creed Outer Chronicles, Into the Breach, Valiant Hearts, and even Portal Recreation in Unity. And today we carry on with the port of Hideko. Hideko is a short mystery game about nature. Explore the rules of a small sandbox world and combine elements to create new objects, planets, or even new forms of life. You can combine 3 elements: sunlight, water and dirt, and there is a lot to create. This was my first time playing it and it was kinda intriguing, even though it's not exactly my genre. The port itself runs okay, there are some stutters but nothing major, it's perfectly playable. Some graphical features had to be removed or simplified due to Vita hardware constraints. If you wanna try it out, your Vita needs to be modded, like for all of the ports and homebrew creations I'm gonna be talking today. And you need to follow the setup instructions that you can see on the screen right now. Basically, you need to get a game files from a Steam PC version of the game and patch it. If you're gonna be facing any issues during the installation, you can join our Discord. And we are moving on to the port of Yardlings, also by Bren. Another game I've never heard of. In spite of that, it's pretty decent. For my taste, it's a bit slow paced, but its weirdness makes up for that. You are a tomato, you need to capture pots, which acts as an outpost, and you need to create your army. You can also capture big seed shooting flowers, and the end goal is to get rid of your opponent and win. And you need to also think very strategically. Seems like the game is not particularly long, but it is running about okay. Local multiplayer doesn't work, and achievements button neither. The developer is planning to implement game statistics and achievements, improve performance, and replace local multiplayer with LAN/online multiplayer. Sounds very good to me. To install it, same like before, you need to patch the PC Steam version game files. Third new submission is a port of Assessment Examination by Patnos D. It's a short atmospheric horror where you are applying for a job and you are undertaking assessment examination. It's running okay. It's not exactly my cup of tea, but it's for free in case you wanna try it out. Just download it and install VPK. Fourth new port by Patnos D is called Punch Club, and it's a super special port for him. Why? Patnos is officially stepping back from a homebrew Vita scene to start a new chapter of his career. He is starting his first job as a Unity developer at local company. This way I'm sending congratulations and good luck. And the port of Punch Club serves as his goodbye to us. Why? Because this game has a special place in his heart. He wanted to port it to the Vita back when he didn't have the skill to do it. And this game pretty much kickstarted his passion for this kind of things. He tried, he failed, then he tried something easier like Paco Forever, then he kept improving until now. Now he has all the skill to finish it. So he went back and finished the unfinished business. And he is gifting it to us as his farewell. It is his way of saying thanks and goodbye. I really enjoyed reading through this post on his Discord. It made me smile. I never realized what was hiding behind all his effort and ports. So thumbs up to you, brother, for your work and good luck in your future endeavors. And now let's look at the Punch Club. Yet another game that I've never tried, but when I've tried it, it was definitely not as boring as I thought it would be. I was reading that it's a sporting management simulation game. That sounds kinda boring, but it was actually quite compelling. You controlling a fighter, he needs to work out, sleep, eat, work, and train to get better. to unlock new skills, to beat the enemies. You don't do much in terms of direct kicking and punching, you just set in what actions should be taken in which order, then you hit fight and you wait for the results. For installation, again you need to get the Steam version of the game and patch it. The game doesn't run bad, there are some slowdowns, but as you can see on the gameplay footage, it's still a very enjoyable experience. Hey, to mohlo byť jasné. Now we are taking a look at this Cuktech power bank with a built-in cable. It looks like this. It's a model CP25 and they offer it in 4 different colors: blue, orange, black and white. The capacity is 20,000 mAh. The dimensions are similar to the phone dimensions. It is just a bit more thicker and you can also take it on the airplane. It can fast charge your device with up to 45 watts. Xiaomi devices even support 55 watts, and it can also charge laptops with USB-C chargers. The power bank can also fast charge itself. This is very important because then you don't need to wait too long and it's ready. My other slow charging power bank can take like up to 6 hours to fully charge the 20,000 mAh. Not this one though. There is a built-in cable. You can use it for charging a device or even for charging the power bank itself. So you don't need to carry any extra cables. But if you will take extra cables, you can charge up to 3 devices simultaneously, because it has 3 output ports and 2 input ports. And you can also, for example, charge laptop and phones at the same time. It's strong enough to do it. The cable slides to the groove on the side of the power bank. It doesn't stick out when it is attached, it's flat. The cable itself should withstand a lot of wear and tear. It has been tested for a lot of folding and swinging. Plus, the company also offers an 18-month warranty, which is a nice move from them because they believe in their product. There is a power button on the side. When you press it, it shows you exact capacity that is currently available to your disposal on the small, simple display. Another great feature in my opinion is that when you press the button twice, the battery goes into this low current mode for charging low power devices. I've noticed this issue with my other power bank, that when I plug in for example my headphones or my small microphone or small Bluetooth speaker, the battery often tends to, just switch off. Because the current that is being drawn is so small that it doesn't even notice it. But here you just activate this mode and the problem is solved. Cuktech is an experienced company in this charging field. They offer a bunch of decent quality products that are much cheaper than similar products from competition. This power bank costs around $40 US. Link for it is down below, feel free to check it out. It's simple, but it has a lot of useful features. Now let's carry on with some tools. First one is a free space analyzer by this guy, Hiro GAC. This tool can scan and analyze your empty storage. It is scanning all partitions. It took like 2 minutes to scan my 512 gig micro SD card. And you can see all the space taken in here. There is still a lot of empty storage left. It shows you the size of each folder. For example, my app folder is almost 20 gigabytes. So there's like my official games, my data folder is 12 gigabytes, there's like my ports. My PSP-EMU is 3 gigabytes, that's PSP games, and my DS Vita folder is 1.4 gigabytes, there's like games for DS Vita emulator. And here you can see a bunch of other smaller folders. When you press square, you can toggle some filters, games, MP3s, OGG, photo, video. With D-pad you're going up and down, and with joystick you changing the partition. Next tool by the same developer is called PSV Cleaner, and it is used for cleaning all the temporary files on your PS Vita. When you press triangle, you go into options, and here you can choose which temporary files you wanna delete or you wanna scan and then delete. System temporary files, Vita Shell, PKGJ, RetroArch, Auto Plugin, Adrenaline, Crash Dumps, exclusion settings, all categories. Right now I have 2 megabytes of temporary files. The biggest issue for me were always the games that didn't download fully from the PKGJ. When the download failed and I downloaded it again, the old game stayed in the storage, so it was taking up the space. but I could easily delete it. I just went into this folder and delete it. But I think it's good to have an app that can get rid of all the necessary stuff all at once. Third tool is Vita Webradios by Astorius, and it is a homebrew internet radio player for PS Vita, where you can choose from a bunch of different radio stations to listen to, and you can also pick a spectrum visualizer, either bars or circles. I actually like this tool, it's useful in my opinion, it's showing you even the song title, which is nice. Fourth tool is a Vita SPH by Sjord. It is a tool for simulating fluids. You can basically play with physically simulated water. Sounds odd, but I was playing with the simulated water for a nice while. You can add more particles and then you just hold finger on the screen to move with them. When you add all the particles, sometimes the frame rate goes really low. That's enough from tools. Now let's check some original homebrew creations. First one is called Benny. It is a first-person horror game. You have to collect keys, open the doors and get out alive, which is easier said than done. The graphics of the game are nice and the frame rate is stable, but there was not much to do in there besides trying to find my way around, cause I was often lost. There is no map, everything looks similar, so orientation was really hard. The only mechanic is when you get trapped, you need to press the button sequence shown on the screen to get free. And other than that, you just roam around, look for keys and avoid the bunny called Benny that wants to end you. Not bad, but at least the map would be really helpful. Second original homebrew game by the same developer is called Snowball Fight. I had kind of high expectations of this one, cause I always loved snowball fights. This one, however, is very hardcore snowball fight, straight from the beginning, cause I wasn't even able to get past the first level. I was fighting against two opponents and the difficulty was hardcore. I was just getting my ass kicked every time. I like the aesthetics, the idea and mechanics are also interesting. I've seen some power-ups and items to, help me fight, but I haven't had any money, so I couldn't buy anything. So I was kinda stuck. If the difficulty could be somehow adjusted, like easy, medium, hard, this would be really helpful. Last original homebrew game is called El Enviado by Soy Color. It is in Spanish and it means messenger in English. It is a full motion video game where you play as an angel and you're trying to prevent the suicide of a young man who wants to jump from a building. So pretty much there is a story going on from the beginning, you're just watching. It's a Spanish audio with English subtitles, and then after a while you can choose from some options. And you can talk to the guy who wants to jump, and you're trying to connect with him and save him. I wasn't able to connect with him successfully, unfortunately, and he jumps. I guess I wouldn't be good El Enviado. There is this cheesy humor going on in the game, and I think it's best enjoyed when you can understand Spanish. You can install all of these original homebrews for free, you don't need to get any game files and patch it. Next we have a port of Hammer 2 Reloaded. The developer asked me to check it out, so I did, and it works, but as you can see it runs very bad. It's pretty much unplayable, it's running like at 3 frames per second. I mean, for a first port, that's a very good effort. In my opinion, he even submitted it to the contest, but I had to disqualify it because he wasn't able to bypass the piracy rule. He needed to make a patch and not ship it with everything inside the VPK with all the assets, and he wasn't able to do it. If you are watching, maybe this game wasn't a good choice, maybe it cannot even run properly, maybe it cannot be optimized. Maybe you should try something easier at the beginning, same like Patnos did. And as you saw, he was able to turn failure and rejection into learning experience. Now, as you may know, there was a Portal recreation in Unity, already released for ReiHEN Vita Contest. It wasn't finished, but I got a good news. Mr. Kane, the developer behind it, is still working hard on it. In fact, he's working very hard. He's talking about all the updates and upcoming plans on his Patreon and Discord, so feel free to check it out. I'm not exactly sure how many chambers were available in the initial release, but now there is a complete chamber 14 available. He split chamber 15 into 2 separate parts. I quite enjoyed reading about all the updates, even though I might not understood all the technical talk. Still, I felt enlightened after reading it. Chambers 16, 17 and 18 are now also playable and completable. He's still working hard, but he thinks that he's not gonna be able to finish everything before the competition ends. So he and his Patreons decided that the best approach for now is to focus on the boss fight, because that's like the best moment of the whole game, and then work backwards on other things. I think this approach is about correct. This Portal remake is very complex recreation indeed. He's doing great job, and I'm sure he's gonna finish everything to his liking, same like he did with Vita Hot in previous contest. And as he says, quote, "This might just be the most spectacular thing I bring to the Vita." And I completely agree with this statement. It's very spectacular indeed already. And it is also the strongest contender for the winner in the original homebrew category. At least for me. What do you think? There are still some entries that I haven't covered yet. There are just so many of them. This contest already brought a lot of homebrew goodness to the table, and I'm hoping more goodness is coming, cause there is still some time left. Thanks to you for watching, thanks to all of my members and Patreons for their continued support, it's greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, join, whatever your heart craves for, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Kokos.